Great. Well, thank you very much, and I'm very honored that so many of the media, this media from Vancouver, would honor me by coming today to speak with me. I am enormously excited about the opportunity of being the leader of the BC Liberal Party and of being potentially the Premier of the province. I am very much honored to be joined today by my friend and colleague, Richard Lee, who has done such a great job of representing Burnaby in the legislature and of, I think, representing the issues and concerns of Chinese Canadians in the legislature as well. So it's a great honor to be here with Richard, and I very much appreciate the support that Richard has provided to my campaign. One of the things that I'm very excited about in terms of being the Premier of British Columbia is the opportunity to build a stronger partnership with China and the Asia Pacific. I think for a bunch of reasons which I'll talk about, we have a great opportunity to build a strong and enduring partnership with China and the Asia Pacific. And in many ways, the opportunities and the challenges that we have in British Columbia mesh very, very well with the opportunities and challenges of China and the Asia Pacific as well. One of the things that we know about British Columbia is that we have been greatly blessed by natural resources, whether it's in forestry, in mining, hydroelectric, oil and gas, agriculture, tourism, that these are great resource industries that we have in British Columbia, and they are resources which are of enormous interest and of enormous value to China and the Asia Pacific as well. So one of the things that I will be dedicating my government to is to building that very, very successful partnership with China and the Asia Pacific, whether it is in forest products, or whether it's in copper or gold, whether it's in shellfish, whether it's in any agricultural product. I was with some blueberry growers last night in Abbotsford who are opening up a huge market in China for blueberries. Immense interest in that. Right across the board in all of those resource areas, there is enormous interest by China and by the Asia Pacific nations in that opportunity to do more trade with British Columbia. So one of the things I have committed to as a Premier is that we will take the Asia Pacific Trade Council and we will reconstitute it as the Asia Pacific Opportunities Council, because what we will be building with China and the Asia Pacific is not just on trade. Trade's a very important part of it, but there are many other aspects to the relationship that we can build with China and the Asia Pacific that are also important. And the aim of the Council will be to bring people like Richard, who are enormously knowledgeable about the opportunities in China and the Asia Pacific, but bring leaders from the Chinese community in British Columbia, the Indo-Canadian community in British Columbia, the Korean community in British Columbia, bring them together to give us sound advice about how we can build trade and opportunity with China and the Asia Pacific. Because I think we're a huge province, a huge and diverse province, British Columbia. Because we have all those resources, we are going to be constantly of interest to China and the Asia Pacific, because to continue the growth that the China and the Asia Pacific have enjoyed, they will need to have that stable, predictable access to our resources. And those resources, when we open up those resource opportunities in British Columbia, we open up jobs in communities that might otherwise have high unemployment. It opens up investment in our province. It provides returns to government from our investment in the natural resource sector. It is a huge opportunity for us, and we need to continue to build that opportunity. And the Asia Pacific Opportunities Council will be the way in which we can successfully undertake that. we can take the expertise of all those British Columbians who have strong ties to the Asia Pacific and have them working together to inform the government of how most successfully to do that.